Welcome to Mark's Motorsports and Farming channel. Today we are going to be servicing the two hay rakes that I have, and each of the rakes serves different purposes here, which I'll explain more in the end. But there's nothing to oil on these hay rakes, so it's all greasing this time, so let's get them greased. It has been pretty wet lately, which is one of the reasons why you might have seen the water come out of the opening where the grease comes out, and then once that amount of water gets through, it's followed by the grease, which is what you want to see. There, and all this front fold rake here is done, and move over to the other one. It's more of a wing fold type setup on this one that we're gonna do now. You know, I know I might be speaking in corn and planter type terms there, but pretty much is the same thing. And you might hear the sheep in the background here, which they're basically chronic beggars. You know, they got plenty to eat and plenty to drink, but yet they see that I'm out here and then they sit there and beg. Get the camera positioning right. There, that's the one I want to make sure I'm able to show accurately, is the one that's up there. The camera angle can be a little tricky, so I think I'm in the right area, but I am for the most part, but see once if you're able to see it or not with sun glaring like it is right now. Yeah, there is another circ that goes with the two back wheels. Basically inside wheels once it's folded out. There, now the right side's done. Get everything on the left side. Bear with me a little bit, we got a little different landscape here. I'm trying to adjust this so you guys can tell where I'm trying to grease. There, I found the circle with my viewfinder, so there again, the landscape. Keeps trying to tip my tripod over. So I'm adjusting that so I'm able to get the right view for you guys to watch, and then landscape screws it up in some cases, so there, now you guys are able to see the circ that I'm looking to grease. both rakes are greased. Yeah, this second rake here, there's a couple of other strokes here that you may not have seen on camera while I was doing them, but there's one right here, and you see the fresh grease coming out there, and the same thing here. There's the circ, and grease is starting to come out. Those circs are for the wings, basically, in planter terms. If that's what they're called on the rake or not, not 100% sure right now. But yeah, it's basically when when you unfold it, where the two groups of 6 wheels fold out to to give you the 12 wheel working with, and this is set up to rake 2 13-foot swaths of hay together. So actually both rakes are set up that way. It's where if you're in a level field with either one of them, then you have 26 feet of hay raked together. But yeah, this one I've been primarily using for roadside grass. I got grease that dripped off of something I greased up here. Not 100% sure which one it came from, but yeah, these main pivoting ones here, for some reason did not want to take the grease. That's something we'll have to look into. Here I think I'd see where that chunk might have come from. But I guess it's better to have too much than not enough, right? So, yeah, like I was saying now, this rake here I pretty much have for when I do roadside grass, because the other rake I have, I kind of had that in mind as well when I first bought that one, but then I find that especially when you do the roadsides the first time, and sometimes that grass can get so thick, and then for whatever reason, it either stays in position and doesn't want to come up, or else it kind of shifts a little and kind of bunches a little too much, and once I keep bunching up in the very middle, that's only on roadsides with roadside grass where I've had that problem. Whereas this one with just with 2 wheels here rather than 4, it's able to plant itself a little bit better, so to speak, and pull it all up, and and with the wing design that this one has, I'm able to keep one of the sides up and just just have the one side down on the ground. Or, well, I mean, the other one I did that too, but it still stayed close enough to the ground to to where tend to to where the other side kept trying to pull the hay forward, and create more of a big pile in some cases, rather than letting it stay in a windrow and just keep going through that middle area. Especially if it's thick enough. Hey, you get into those, you get into those thicker low areas is when you really see that problem. That thicker hay, and then with the other rake, the one side, just even though it's not raking anything, it's always down close enough to where you can still get caught in the middle, and then just keep flipping forward and making a big pile, rather than leaving it in a windrow where this one, with the wing design here, I'm able to keep one side up, and then it'll just pull it up to where I want it, and leave it in a windrow, rather than dragging it along and making a pile like the other one was doing. So that was a big factor in why I decided to make the investment with this rake. Is it's been doing a much better job on roadsides, because of its design. But I do still use this one yet. This one I mostly just keep around the farm side here, and just use this one in level areas, and this one it seems to work better in level areas, with the more, it would be called a front fold if it were a planter, but I guess this design of rake is supposed to be made more for high volume, but yeah, level fields, this one works a little bit better with this type of design. And I just noticed a circ in the middle that I didn't try to grease, which once I get this video done, then I will come back to it and try to put grease in there. And all that does here is, folding and unfolding. Is all that middle bar is for up here in here. If it's folded out, then the slide is all the way up there. And while you're using it in a field. But anyway, this one is, or what I was talking about, this one's better for a level field because you know, you're able to adjust it to where it's where it's able to bring two windrows together and not stick so bad, because it, you know, that one's got more of a, you know, rod and pin type setup, you know, to adjust the spacing, and where, you know, either it's able to move the hay over, you know, and not get them close enough together, or else it gets them close enough together, but then the outside two wheels basically do nothing, which with grass usually isn't that big of a deal, but if you have any sort of, you know, mixture, or even plain alfalfa especially, you know, it seems to, you know, stick a little bit more, and, you know, not always get it all. Whereas this rake would, well, at least will still get it all, because you're still able to grab the two 13-foot swaths and not have it completely spread apart, and then it's able, and then that way the different wheels on this one are able to catch a little bit more, and, you know, and be able to bring it all in. So there you go. The two hay rakes are both greased. And now it's just a matter of, you know, making sure that air pressure is where it's supposed to be in each of the, you know, 4 tires on this one and the 2 tires on the other rake. And then just hook it on and use it. Yeah, I will try to shoot some grease into that center circ on this rake, and I don't know if I'll get any in there or not, but I'll at least try to. And then if not, this I know for sure we can get by with, you know, spreading the grease on the rod that where that deal slides on, and it will still be lubed that way, and that's basically all that circ is supposed to do. But yeah, I have decided basically to start getting the hay equipment ready while I'm waiting for the fields to dry out, so that I can get those planted. You know, there's, yeah, the spring equipment is done. You know, the cultivator, the planters, the grain drill, land roller. That stuff I all got ready for what I'm gonna use this spring now, and I did do videos on those. It appears as I'm walking down here, just to give you a quick little update, that the recent round of white shit that we got, you know, all melted and still ended up being too much, and caused the river level to come up again and flood all of the one field that I made out of this. Okay, try to zoom in on the area a little bit more here. Yeah, right along the trees where I'm at, you know, that I'm zooming on, there is plowed soil under that water. Yeah, even closer to the yard here, you know, where I'm focusing on now is also part of this black field that you see up in front of me here. You know, it does go down into part of the area that's underwater right now, and then you can kind of tell just, you know, there's the boundary, and then yeah, that does go straight back from that point, but that part is underwater right now. Because yeah, you may have in fact you did notice that I was able to walk there by foot in the last update video that I did. You know, and yeah, it was still kind of squishy, I'll say. You know, from the ground being all saturated from the water and all that. But yeah, in that video, I was able to walk down there. And like I say, it was a little bit wet, but you could see bare ground could somewhat see bare ground. I mean, under the grass there might have been a little bit of water, but not nearly as much water as you're seeing out here right now. But yeah, there's a quick little update for you. It's starting to look more like it'll be the calendar is going to say May before we're able to get any sort of field work done. Yeah, we've only got a week or 10 days or so left of April here, as of when I'm recording this. So, and yeah, with that much water, I mean that's all got. First thing is that all that water that's on the field now has to be able to run back in and be inside the riverbank there, which obviously the neighbor to the west of us here does not have as bad of a problem, because obviously the bank is higher on that side, so then the bank is low enough on our side here where it spills over onto our field, and been very little that's been going on to his land, but there is one spot of his that I see is underwater. There, yeah. The other side of the trees belongs to our neighbor. Basically, it's not part of our farm here. Yeah, that's the only area of his that ever goes underwater, even with some places it's pretty equal where there'll be a equal amount of water on both sides of the river, but this stretch of the Crow River is not necessarily like that, because like I said earlier, the bank is higher on the other side than it is on our side here, so most of it ends up spilling onto our land here. So there you go. The brakes are greased and all ready to go for when haying season arrives. And like I've said previously, this could end up being one of those years where we finish planting things and dive right into hay, and so that's one reason why I opted to start getting the hay equipment ready, and it also serves as a way to stay productive while we're waiting for the ground conditions to improve enough to where we can start getting the field work done. So thank you guys for watching my videos. I certainly appreciate that. Be sure to hit the like button, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and catch you later.